This is Steve Ridgel telling you that I'm a believer. And I hang out with a lot of people that believe in Jesus. But I'm going to tell you, if there's anything I've learned over my years of trying to follow Jesus, it's that this world is hard. And sometimes, even as believers, we struggle and it is difficult because this is a fallen world and Satan is still here and we're surrounded by people who don't really follow Jesus, don't acknowledge Jesus, don't believe in Jesus. It's hard to live in a world like that, and sometimes Christians battle depression and sin, and we struggle. We want to do better, but it's hard. And so I'm thankful for the resources that God's given us. So if you're not a Christian and you're thinking about becoming a Christian, I want to tell you God's going to equip you to make it in this life, for you to survive and thrive doing kingdom work in this world. And if you are a Christian, you need to remember we've already talked some about God being a resource himself. But I want to talk today briefly about Jesus. You're like, yeah, follow Jesus. You know how to live. Everything will be great. No, they crucified Jesus. Following Jesus doesn't make everything easy. It does make it great, by the way. Just doesn't make it easy. But here's what you need to remember about Jesus. The man you follow, he lived here. He understands how it is. The Hebrew writer talks about how when we go to the throne of grace, when we approach the throne of grace, when we're praying to God in heaven, that Jesus is there to advocate for us because Jesus knows what it is to live here. He knows what it is to be tempted. He knows how hard this world can be. And he went through it without ever sinning. And that gives me some great confidence because I know that when I struggle and I battle and I'm pleading with God and I'm trying to figure out this whole Jesus life, that Jesus knows what I'm going through. The person I've given my life to follow understands what it means to struggle. He's been here. He knows what we're facing. Now, he did it perfectly, and we don't. But he did set a pattern for us, a role model for us. And so I'm very happy and thrilled and delighted to know that when I decide to follow Jesus, he gets it. So if you're not a Christian, when you decide to follow Jesus, remember, he understands what he died for. He knows the temptations you've given into. He just did it better than us, and so he set that pattern for us. And if you are a Christian, don't ever forget, keep striving for Jesus. He gets it, he understands. He loves us anyway. This is Steve Ridgel telling you that if you decide to become a Christian, God's always in your corner and Jesus understands. And that is great comfort for the road ahead.